What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with some more NBA 2K21. I just forgot what I said.
You've seen the trailers, you've heard the buzz. Well, today we're getting more NBA 2K22 details.
The Knicks ready to enjoy that one-of-a-kind New York home court advantage. Coming into the building early, we are nearly...
Hey, Kevin, if you're...
Great stuff as always, GA, thanks. So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. All out there with Rozier, and it's Hayward in at the small forward. And for the Knicks, Barrett and Randall are in the forward position. So the whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for PJ Washington. McDaniels comes in for Gordon Hayward. Monk's checked in for Terry Rozier, and Devontae Graham subbed in for Ball.
And making an immediate impact in this league, Graham was a tremendous find in the second round.
Yeah, 34th pick in 2018. Some scouts felt he had a low ceiling, but someone who never loses confidence because he's had to prove himself at every level. That makes you battle tested, and it prepares you to affect winning.
And it's Junior missing.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Passes it to Zeller, and the dunk by Zeller.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Junior with it, Bridges covering. It's stolen by Monk. Graham surveying the floor. For the three. Here's Zeller. He goes up again, and it's Noel with the rebound.
Very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
To the inside. Stolen by McDaniels. Here's Zeller, and the dunk by Zeller.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
And it's denied.
Oh, nice defense from Bridges. When he hustles like this, he's capable of swatting shots.
Graham, the pass to Zeller. Back to Graham. Softly drops in the floater. Graham's got 7 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And maybe the crowd had an effect on them. I mean, who knows? I mean, they looked uncomfortable at the line.
Toppin, he's checked in for Bertans. The Hornets also with the sub.
Fucking dumbass.
Is checked in. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Monk. There's the triple. Buries the long-range jumper.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Michael Carter-Williams. The Knicks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 16 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now Monk, coming off a stellar performance against Orlando. Shoots over Cobb. Off target on the outside leaner. And so it's Charlotte with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Recently, we had a chance to speak with R.J. Barrett about
I hate losing, but
and Barrett, a guy who's accustomed to winning, at least as an amateur grip.
I mean, he won a championship in high school, could have won one in his only year of college. He's going to be a driving force for the organization to get better.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, pretty much in control here, it would appear.
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
they've been quicker to the ball, showing great anticipation and terrific hustle.
Cobb is out there with Junior. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Toppin. And it's Noel in at the 5, roaming the paint. They're the group New York will start the second with.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
New York shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
That free throw, no good. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Unfortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. There's the pass to Barrett. Here's Ntilikina. Now, here's Junior. 8 points his last outing. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Rozier up top. Barrett against Hayward. Over Barrett. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Junior. Here's Randall. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Randall's got his first 2 points. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition.
Charlotte calls timeout. You know, people have talked about Julius Randle's game. He's a power driver, isn't he, Craig? I mean, the guy just... And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hornets lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by court.
Kevin, thank you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the... We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to teams deciding to change it up. .11 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. Just a total team effort.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step to becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge.
I'm doing so well. So we're getting close to launch time, and you've released some details on your...
An aerial view of downtown Boston, our location tonight, gives you a great idea of the beauty of this historic city. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Well, the Celtics have their two J's, Jason Tatum and Jalen.
Both capable, DA, thank you. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Barrett and Randall are in the forward position. Then it's Robinson, and it's Ntilikina in at the 1 spot. And for the Celtics, and they have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Parker continues to work, always wanting to get better. I always thought of as a high motor player.
Here's Junior. Makes it off the glass.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Outside Fournier. Right wing. Edwards dishes to Parker. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
They've wasted no time settling into their from long distance.
Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Bulls in Chicago.
And they've got
Thanks,
to get their heads
Blade
into this
Runner
game. They're
Puts.
giving the ball
Thanks
away
for
far
subscribing.
too easily.
We've got 28 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And it's Junior missing.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from...
Hey, Brandon, Chris, for some reason on Streamlabs it's not showing anyone talking. I just remember that. And my own chat just went through and that's it. That's weird.
And so it's the Boston Celtics holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
It says this stream is scheduled for November 26th at 9 p.m.
And before the game, we checked in with Marcus Smart, who told us how his upbringing helped shape his approach to the game.
I'm the youngest of 4 boys, so.
And no question, Smart is considered one of the toughest guys, Greg, in the NBA.
You have to love his passion, his willingness to sacrifice his body for the team on a nightly basis. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise? Well, one way to generate more offense, pound
the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
They've got Jabari Parker. Edwards is out there with Evan Fournier. Then there's Tristan Thompson and it's Ojale in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. And so New York calls timeout. They're first. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments. Here's checked in for the Knicks. For New York, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
That one misses for Randall.
After being picked 7th out of Kentucky back in 2014 by the Lakers, you remember Julius Randle, an auspicious start to his career, breaking his leg on his very first NBA game. That has not deterred him.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Junior's out there with Ntilikina, and it's Barrett at the small forward. Junior. Good work defensively by Smart. The Celtics with the lead, and we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey guys, if you can believe it, before Jaylen Brown went to the draft, one executive said the Cal Berkeley star was too smart. Brown says, when athletes are also informative, it can intimidate. We get pushback for our outside interests. The whole shut up and dribble movement is big, and I'm a part of that movement. Guys?
Strong story, DA, there. Thanks. Boston's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Brown, the pass to Smart. Back to Brown. Good. Nice job down low. Brown's got 11 points.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Here's Junior. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good work defensively by Smart. And not only is Smart one of the best defenders in the league, Greg, he's also one of the most versatile players in the NBA.
Yeah, when you talk about players who can guard 1 through 5, it's usually referring to Kawhi, PG-13, or Giannis. But Smart at 6'4" has the strength, the anticipation, and the toughness to hold his own against anyone. Left in the fourth quarter. Tatum passes to Pritchard. Now here's Brown. Fades away. Bertans grabs the board.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Boston.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jaylen Brown.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Brown the small forward with Tatum holding down the 4 spot. Then it's Thompson, then it's Evan Fournier, and it's Pritchard in at the point guard. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Shemi Ojeley's checked in for the Celtics. 7-second difference, shot and game clock.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them, complete control. Now, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
And here's Smart. Pass to Ojeley. Here's Cornette, and so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony,
We're almost there. We're at 47.2 thousand. And we need 54,000.
I'd say two things, but number one, because this was one of our biggest pillars for gameplay this year, it's going to be defense.
the tallest building in the United States, One World Trade, and nothing tips up.
Kevin, thanks.
Thanks, David. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Horford is out there with Weissman. And it's Wiggins in at the threesome. And fourth, and is those teams in the upper half of the standings, Greg, how much are they looking at seeding and their potential playoff opponents?
You know, Kevin, guys won't admit to it, but it's human nature to think ahead, to try and map out that route through the brackets, and you get a sense if you played a team 3 or 4 times how you match up, what you do well against them, and what are areas of concern for you.
Good on the bucket.
We're talking about a guy who's got incredible length. Nerlens Noel doing work on the glass.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Golden State. 6-point game. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
And that's not an easy environment to play in. To score at the rate they did on the road says a lot about their intensity and focus.
And it's Junior missing.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And people talk a lot about Diallo's athleticism, but this guy also plays with a high motor.
You're right, Craig. He's always in attack mode. He runs the floor, willing to crash the boards. And defensively, this guy shows great lateral quickness, great tenacity, footwork. I get that he's raw, but the upside is absolutely there.
Here's Diallo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
Good on the shot.
You know, Hendricks Cobb understands how to pick his spots. You want to concede the mid-range, he will take it.
And the foul called on Junior. That is his first foul of the game. And the Knicks making a change here. Toppin's checked in. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Smith, no good. Knicks trail by 8. At the elbow, it's Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Good eye from Cobb. Spotting the wide open man. Sets it up perfectly with that pass.
Smith, the pass to Diallo. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been... And for anyone who thinks this game isn't about hard work...
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe with that notification bell. I would really appreciate it.
Can't tell how many shots I've taken in my life. And
as we know, Greg, Steph comes from a family of great shooters. It's in the blood.
But as you said, it's about the work. The NBA players have had tons of kids. Most don't make it in this league. Steph is on his way to being one of the best to ever grace the hardwood.
Welcome back, everyone. We hope everyone is enjoying their Cinco de Mayo as we get back into NBA basketball on 2K Sports. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
And this is why coaches say be aggressive. As long as you're playing smart, good things tend to happen, even if you're on the road.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Dennis Smith is out there with Kent Bazemore. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Wiseman. And it's Diallo in at power forward. Cobb kicks to Burks. And there's the pass to Junior. It's stolen by Wiseman. Smith with it. Now defended by Junior. Oubre against Burks. Floats one, and it's Oubre laying it in. Oubre's got the lead up to 12 now for the Warriors. New York calls timeout. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that.
And so we wrap up the first half. The Warriors on... Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll... And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
Lot to work with this year.
What is Mike Wang most excited about with 2K22 gameplay?
Yeah.
And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally prepared. Before we get...
Hey, Kevin, the Knicks have...
A little patience indeed. That's interesting. Thank you, David. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then there... Before, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. Outside Jackson. High post Ibaka. Count it. Ibaka's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And from that mid-range area, Serge gotten pretty reliable.
Passes to Cobb. This one for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Jackson passes to Ibaka, and the layup's good off the glass. Ibaka's got 6.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
From 7, and that one's good, Junior.
Boy, did he burrow his way in
666. 666. Everyone saw that.
Jackson with the ball.
666.
For the Clippers. And the dunk.
Everyone saw that.
The flat-out speed of Reggie Jackson. No struggles getting to the rim and then doing something about it when he gets there.
Holy shit.
Ibaka against Berton. Here's Junior. That shot missing. And the Clippers will come the other way. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejection.
This was their game plan going in. Make shooters uncomfortable by challenging every possible shot.
Count that one. Junior's got his second bucket tonight.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
That puts them in the lead. The Clippers trail. Here's Jackson. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. 1 second left. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Knicks lead by 2. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And it's it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Baca is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson, and it's Kennard in at the 2 guard. Both good from the line that time. The Knicks shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Here's Junior. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. The Clippers shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
No.
It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Kawhi was drafted 15th overall in 2011. If they had a redraft, I wonder what number he would go down.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. And the pass to Kennard. Yep, it counts.
Extremely fluid on the offensive end. Kennard can score in just about any situation.
Here's Junior. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
He's off on the second. Clippers trail by 6. Kennard with the ball. And Burks picks him up defensively. Burks with the steal. .55 seconds left to play here in the half. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one is off. 2 shots. Good on the second free throw. Now Kennard. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. It's deflected.
Merciless denial by Cobb, using all of his physical abilities to shut them down.
Noel, great positioning on the putback.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the back.
Clippers trail by 9. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Jackson. And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot 2.
Is Noel just giving out 3 fouls?
7-foot wingspan of Reggie Jackson makes him a bigger player inside. Helps him draw fouls.
And that one. And so it's New York with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of the... So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close... They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew,
That's what I never have done. I know where his office is now. It was 118 and 116. Oh, fuck that then.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Seasons?
Yeah, so Seasons is going to be, you know, we've had it in the past with Mike.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. And with...
Well, Kevin,
David Aldridge, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slot. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Baines in at center. You've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Outside Flynn. And the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate, and does so there.
Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against the Los Angeles Lakers. Shot to stop the run, and Junior with the nice bucket inside.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And the foul called on Junior. That's his first foul. Toppin, he's jacked in for Bertans. And so here's Toronto. They're leading by 8. Back to Flynn. As to Watanabe. 6 to shoot. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Knicks shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And both free throws good for Junior. Raptors leading by 6. The pass to Siakam. Here's Trent. Banked in off the glass. Trent's got 7 points. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Quickly, covered by Flynn. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Yep, made the defense work extremely hard and did a nice job of getting any advantage they could against a team that shot it well.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. No good on that one.
After a quiet first couple seasons in the league, Siakam really took off in year 3 when he helped the Raptors win their first NBA championship.
No good on that one. And so it's the Toronto Raptors in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense. Pascal Siakam before the game tonight shared his thoughts.
It was always a team, and I think we don't.
And Greg, that's how Siakam plays the game himself.
Versatile, very unselfish, and a franchise player in the making.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable, just crippling defense.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. They got Siakam, and it's Birch in at the 5 spot. Junior, the shot, no good. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
And the fact they still had a chance to win that game, I find to be somewhat amazing, because it was clearly an off night for most of their guys.
Now, I'll tell you, if they had pulled that game out, it would have been an amazing win, because they made a bunch of mistakes. Nothing was going their way, and somehow they still nearly won it.
Toronto calls timeout.
Whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to dip.
There's 57 seconds left in the first half. He shoots again. He takes it up and lays it in. Junior's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Here's Van Vliet. The shot from the low post is good. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 11 now for the Raptors.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Here's Trent. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got assist number 8 now on the night. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Junior, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Siakam.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
That one misses.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Outside Flynn. Pass to Trent. No good off the front iron.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just... And we're getting back to the action with the 3rd quarter ahead. The Knicks have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
A lot of people like Mitchell Robinson because he does what he's told to do, and that is stay in the lane. It's where he does a lot of damage, both defensively and offensively.
Guys, it's been all about Fred Van Vliet for Toronto. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Knox out there with Toppin. Then it's Junior. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Burks in at the shooting. That's the 5 for New York right now. Lowry, good.
And what a take from Lowry, using that quickness to just blaze to the rim.
Here's Junior. Good.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from him.
The Raptors shooting in this game, 45%. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion team. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley. And
and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to Vancouver.
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Robinson misses.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And the basket by Johnson. Johnson's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, Johnson can bang down low and move a guy back to help create space to convert.
Junior. Here's Robinson, and he makes good on the layup.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Lowry drives in. Johnson finds Hood. Toronto working the ball around now. Lowry has the open look, and he's good on the three ball. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Junior. And to get open is Robinson. Here's Junior. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Knicks. Knocked loose and taken away by Johnson. Hood kicks to Lowry. Right side Hood. Johnson right side. Just 5 to shoot. Now here's Hood. Defense right on him. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Now here's Junior. Covered by Hood, and it's Junior missing.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Burks the pass to Junior.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Hood gets the bucket.
Yeah, shots like this are going to really help Rodney stay in a rhythm.
Ball stolen. You know, here we go. Lowry, nobody back. Finished off the break. Lowry's got 23 points.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Here's Junior. Here's Robinson. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Fred VanVleet.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
And so here is New York. 58 seconds left in the fourth. Passes it to Knox. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
And the foul called on Junior. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Johnson outside. Over Bertans. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Junior. Can they get it? Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Here's Junior. Just 4 to shoot. Goes up on the high post. He can't hit that time. And so Toronto takes this, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole...
Oh my god, I really don't feel good about like 53.5 thousand. We're literally right there to get the sponsorship. Let's do one more. Even though I feel like shit.
Mike, I know that a lot of players love making the dominant archetypes of NBA 2K and...
You really need 500 more, that's all.
Welcome, everyone. And David.
Kevin, thanks.
DA, thanks a lot. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Lakina out there with Kyle. And it's Barrett at the 3 spot. And the...
I mean, I don't want to play one more, but literally that close I want to.
Pushing back the regular season permanently.
Oh my
you
God,
know what, Kevin?
10 to
I would
30.
love to push back the regular season and reduce the number of games. Now, that would be an idea that I would be willing to try to get some traction for.
Here's Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Excellent all-around performance so far. Hence the big lead.
Yeah, I'm just go through you.
At both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Inside, here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
Yeah, this is Junior going into attack mode. Rises up over the D and just throws it down.
Here's Alexander Walker. Bertans defending, and that one good.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Alexander Walker passes to Hayes. Kicks to Ingram. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Junior. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Some players don't like to attack the interior. Not the case with Junior. He'll attack anywhere he sees an opening.
Ingram against Barrett. Now here's Ingram. Not a lot of room. 4 on the clock. From 17 feet out, Brandon Ingram. He's been the guy making things happen for the New Orleans Pelicans. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Hart is out there with Jackson Hayes. Then there's Hernan Gomez, and it's Alexander Walker in at the shooting guard. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. Never hesitates to find the open guy.
The pass to Burks. New York moving the ball around to the middle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Gee, is this new? No.
From that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Williamson's checked in. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks very much. Well, Steven Adams could be the league's most physical presence. All-star Jimmy Butler said that he is just so strong. Butler says he hit me with a screen, and I thought my life was over. Adams said his strength doesn't help with flopping. And refs are like, get up. Guys, he has a sense of humor about it, and maybe that's a counterbalance to his great physical gifts.
You're right, D.A.
What the fuck?
Is strong. Thanks for that report. Passes it to Hart. Here's Hayes. And it goes down 2 points.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
1 minute. I just got a phone call.
New York calls outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a...
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any... So we see the Pelicans get the win here. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that
Only
emotional
played
boost
2
that
quarters.
was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they
Fuck outta
were
here.
electric.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg
You only
Anthony,
got
and Clark
100.
Kellogg. This
We're literally right there. 400.
So one thing that I think
I
might
need
actually be
that.
interesting is we
I'm
might
not
have a lot of
fucking
smaller
leaving
players
until
this
I'm
year.
getting
If you
until I
are-
get that. I'm not ending this fucking stream until I
nightfall in the
get
Windy
this
City
sponsorship.
with the Willis Tower. And we've got time for a quick break.
Hey, Kevin, thank you very
Wow.
much.
Good insight there, Dave. Thank you. And now the New York Knicks starters. Barrett and Randall are in the forward position. Cobb is out there with Ntilikina, and it's Robinson in at the center filling out. For your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. And too much time in the lane. They
Fuck
get called
you.
for the 3-second violation. Burks, he's checked in for the Knicks. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pelicans. Peyton dishes to Levine. Shoots over Burks. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain
fucking
possession.
dumbass.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Hello?
They get it back. And that one's good. Noel.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Here's White. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
There's a certain level of fearlessness we see from White, not fazed by that contact on the shot.
Junior with it. White's there. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. New York shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. First one falls for him.
Well, I think Junior's big X factor has always been his natural ability. It seems like there's nothing he can't do and no upward limit to his athleticism.
Toppin, he's checked in for Davis Bertans. Here's Levine. He doesn't hit that one.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Now the pass to Toppin, to the paint. And it's
oh my fucking God!
He's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And the dunk by Payton.
More of a shooting than passing guard. White still able to find the open man.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Dishes it to Junior. Ejected by Young, and he recovers it. Second shot opportunity. And it's Junior missing.
Fucking bitch.
Usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Right the pass to Tice. Here's Levine. Off target from the baseline. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. It's the Bulls up 1. And recently we chatted with Zach Levine about the team. And
you know, we should have energy and we should be out playing the other team.
Greg trying to turn their youthful exuberance into a weapon.
I like that he's focused on increasing their level of activity because it's something within their control.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing?
Oh my fucking God.
First quarter sparked really by their unselfishness.
Oh yeah, love the ball movement so far. Everything clicking at the offensively.
White and Levine on the wing.
Let me get the fucking
is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Payton in at the 1 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Oh my fucking God.
The Bulls have a new front office.
I fucking hate this shit.
Nuggets Brain Trust with new team president.
They fucking do this all the fucking time.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Junior. No good off the back of the rim.
Fucking hate this fucking game. That's why I don't play this
right
shit.
Now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
Make this fucking shot.
Valentine, that's for 2. And again, Chicago. No good.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out.
Bertans passes to Junior. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
That was all Junior there, working hard to get the shot in despite the aggressive defense.
I bet they're doing something.
Down low, Young, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Knicks trail by 11. Pass to Junior. Young with the steal.
I even pressed past when I got the ball.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Levine for 3. Knicks with the rebound. Noel's got 7 rebounds in the game.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Outside, Levine. With 1 on the clock. That's good on the jump shot. Levine's got the lead up to 13 now for Chicago.
And you can't afford to let LeBron get comfortable, especially when he...
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different... So a close game sees New York take this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you.
Big news, we got a meeting with Gigabit tomorrow. They're looking at you as potential partner. We're talking serious money, Jordan. Make sure you're not late. Then Jordan is next. We'll have 54.3 thousand fans, and for Jordan we need 85,000. Fuck, man. Well, that's why I'm ending it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a future video.